Hi guys, it is beautiful out here. It is cool, we've got a breeze, the sun is out, there's no clouds in the sky. Perfect day to plant tomatoes and peppers, and that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna plant some tomatoes and peppers, and Mo's gonna come out and we're gonna show you our trellising system, how we set it up and how it works. So we're gonna do all that right now. All the tomatoes and peppers we're planting today, we started from seed. How cool is that? So I've got my tomatoes sitting here on the back kitchen porch. We started 6 different varieties from seed, and I pulled one of each variety to plant today. We've got the Moscovich, a pineapple, a Brandywine, a Sunrise Bumblebee, a San Marzano, and a Harvest Moon. And our peppers are over here. We've got Armageddons and Halafuegos. But look at that. We've even got peppers already starting, and they're still in their 4-inch containers. Ooh, these are gonna be ready to come out. This is the bed that we're gonna be planting in today. It is a 3-foot by 6-foot raised cedar bed. And we came out here earlier and amended the soil. We topped it off with some raised bed mix. I added some Land and Sea compost, Biotone starter fertilizer. Mo kind of worked it all in, fluffed up all the soil, and I came in and leveled it, and it's ready to go. So we're gonna get the trellising system all set up first. We're gonna get our T-posts and our supplies laid out, and then we'll walk you through step by step how we do it, and then we can move on to planting. I'm gonna make one change. We're still gonna plant the tomatoes in this bed. I'm gonna plant them along each side of the bed, and then right in the center, I was going to do peppers, but I have a few onions and some chamomile left over, so I think I'm going to fill the center up with those, maybe a little basil. And then in this bed where we have our potatoes, I'm gonna come in on each side and plant some peppers. And that's my little change. All right guys, so we've got our 4 10-foot long T-posts here, and Mo just came in and marked them right there, 25 inches from the bottom, because that's how deep we're gonna sink them, right?
A foot in the ground, and then 13 inches from the bed. So 13 plus 12 is 25.
Okay, so then we'll have like almost 8 feet above ground, right?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So we are, first and foremost, we're gonna get these T-posts and we're gonna get them in the ground. We're gonna put 2 on one side, 2 on the other, about 4 or 5 inches from the edge of the bed, I believe.
About 8.
Oops. Okay. About 8 inches. So we'll have one right over here, and then one right along there. And Mo knows the correct name for all of these. What is this? Oh, a T-post driver. It says it right there. So this is what we're going to use to pound the T-posts into the bed. You ready?
Let's do it.
So the posts are going to go here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the posts are going to go in at 5.5, 6 inches.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm going to be planting. Oh no, wait. No, you're right. 8 inches. Dirt.
Since we have 34 inches to play with, cut that in half. 17.
Yeah, because the plants are going to go wherever this goes is the center of the plant, so probably 6 inches. You know? Yeah, so instead of 8 inches, we'll do 6.
Put the tape back. Bring it right up to the T-pole. So right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this will be where I plant, so they can grow there, and then the string will be right in the middle. So if they want to spill out or spill in, they can.
All right. Yeah.
And there's still room in the center to plant stuff and to airflow. So we're doing 6 inches. Do we have a level? All right guys, we're gonna put the T-posts in 6 inches from the edge of the bed.
scared of heights.
Oh no.
Should have work boots on as well.
Do you want me to hold the ladder too?
No. Alright, you ready?
Yep. If they go back out a little bit, that's fine too. It just doesn't have to be perfect. You know?
Okay.
Go. So Mo is taking the PVC tees and he's gonna put them on top of each post. Oh, you're really high up there. So he's got them, this is the PVC tee. He's got them on each T-post facing this way. Then we're gonna put another set of T-posts right over here. And then we're gonna take our electrical conduit and we're gonna run it through one end of the T to the other end and then secure it in place. So we'll end up with a T, electrical conduit, into the T and back down. How's the view up there?
It's all good.
All right guys, so we've got a 10-foot piece of electrical conduit running through each T-post that we put in. We're gonna leave probably about 6 to 8 inch overhang. Mo's marking it right now. How much are you leaving? Okay, so that much. Mo's hand, everybody. It looks like 8 inches. So we're probably gonna leave about 8 inches of overhang that goes through the pipe right there. That way, in case there's any like wiggle or anything, the conduit doesn't just fall through the T-post and the whole trellising system collapses. Okay, so now you're just gonna mark it, take it down and cut it to size?
Yeah, I'm gonna make the mark on that side. 8.5.
So we're doing 8.5 on each side. Okay, so we've got Mo's got the hacksaw with a metal blade and we're just cutting the conduit down to size. Okay, and we're just gonna line it up and cut it the same length.
Yep.
So we lined it up even over there. And now Mo's just gonna make his mark right there. And we're gonna cut the second one down. I'm gonna hold it.
Sure.
All right. So the whole thing of measuring the electrical conduit all depends on the size of the bed or the size of the area. Obviously, if you have a smaller bed, you're going to cut the conduit smaller. If you have a longer bed, like we initially had where I planted the zinnias and the sunflowers, we had this whole entire system filled with T-posts and the electrical conduit. So we didn't cut any of it down. We kept it at 10 feet and we just ran it from post to post to post. So it's all dependent upon the size of the bed.
So, little nifty trick. Put it in the first one.
Slide the conduit through the first T.
And then
Enough so where the other end is on the inside of the T, and that way it just slides right through.
that way you're not reaching back.
All right guys, so the framework for the trellising system is completed, courtesy of Mo. Thank you, Mo. Okay, so now I want to show you real quick how we assemble the string trellising system, and then we'll get it all hooked up. Okay, so I've got a simple shower hook over here, and I'm going to attach it to our electrical conduit. Then I'm going to take our string attach it to the shower hook, and then unwind the string until it's all the way down to the soil line, at which point I will take a landscape staple, tie the string to the landscape staple, and insert it into the soil. So, oops, that's okay. I'll get it hooked back on here. So at the end, we'll have our string trellising system. And the beauty is that as the plants grow and we need more string, we can just unwind it or wind it back up, and that's how we can adjust the tension. So now we've got our string trellises hooked onto the conduit, and our string is running all the way down past the bed because we gave ourselves a little bit of leeway. So now we can fasten the string to the landscape staple, and you don't want to fasten it so the string is too tight. You want it with a little bit of flex because we're going to wind the string around the main stem of the tomato plants, and as it grows we're just going to keep winding up. So you definitely want to keep a little bit of pull on here. You want a little bit of give, I should say, so as we wind it the tension will increase. So I'm just going to mark it to like right there. That's where our knot is going to be, and we'll just tie a knot. My fumbling, there we go. And then we just insert it into the soil. So we have our trellising system staked into the ground, and if our tomato is planted here, we would just take the string and wind it around the main stem of the tomato plant, and as the tomato plant grows we just keep winding and winding and winding, and I've had it go all the way up to the top of the trellis before. Once we get the tomatoes planted, I'll show you how I start the trellising system and start wrapping it around the stem. All right guys, so now we're ready to plant the tomatoes. I've got 6 different varieties, 1 of each variety. I'm gonna plant 3 along one side of the bed, 3 along the other, and then right in the middle, I'm just gonna use that as extra space, and I'm gonna put some basil, some onions, some celery in there. But I'm gonna start with planting the middle first, and then we'll work our way towards the outer edges and get the tomatoes in the ground. Now I want to show you how to plant a tomato plant. So we've got our tomato plant here. This is the root ball. And right over here, we've got a couple little leaves that we can remove. But if you look along this stem here, you can see all these little fine hairs. If you plant these below the soil surface line, these will turn into roots. And that's what you want to do. You want to plant this deep and get a better and stronger root system, which will in turn create a more productive and strong plant. So what we're going to do is we're also going to remove these 2 sets of leaves right here. We're just going to pinch them off, and we're going to bury this probably like 3 inches deep. And just cover it up. And now all those hairs below the surface line, they're going to turn into roots, and we're going to have a much stronger, more productive plant. And this is a 6-foot bed, and I'm planting 3 plants on each side. So I'm giving them more than enough room for airflow, air circulation, and light. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to string up your tomato plant. Take the landscape staple with the string attached and insert it in the base of the tomato plant about an inch or so away from the base. This extra string you can cut or you can bury it. We can just bury it later. Now take your main string, piece of string, and you wrap it around the base of the stem, and then you go up through the set of leaves and you just continue winding around the next set of leaves, and then you just let it go. And now it is supported, and as it grows we just keep winding more and more, and the taller it gets, the more times we wind around. And that's all there is to it. All right guys, we've got all of our planting done. This is our first bed. This is the bed where we have our Yukon Gold potatoes, and I had 2 rows of lettuce planted this spring. I got rid of all that, I harvested all of it, and I planted 5 Jalafuego peppers and 5 Armageddon peppers on each side of the potatoes. So this bed is all set and ready for the season. And now this bed is the bed that we totally did today. We came in with all of our amendments, our Land and Sea compost, Biotone starter fertilizer, a little bit more raised bed mix, mixed it all up, got the soil all nice and lofty, and then we set up our trellising system, which is really simple to do, you guys. It is a T-post with a PVC T at the top, and then a piece of electrical conduit, which goes to another PVC T, and then right into another T-post into the bed. And they're pounded in about, I would say, like a little over a foot and a half. And then for our trellising system, we have a shower hook with our string that leads right down to a landscape staple, which we tied the string into a knot on it, pushed it down and buried it right into the soil. And then you can see we just wind our string all the way up the plant, and we still have a lot of give to this. So as the plant grows, we'll just keep winding it, and the tension will just get tighter and tighter. And because we have so much extra string, if we need it, we can just unwind more string as we need it, as the plant grows. But I have used this system, you guys, for a few years now, and it is so simple to do. It's fairly inexpensive, and it works great. So we've got in our bed 3 tomatoes on each side of the bed. This is a 3 by 6 foot bed. We've got our pineapple tomato here, our Moscovich tomato, San Marzano. On the other side, we've got our Sunrise Bumblebee, Harvest Moon, and our Brandywine. And then right in the middle, I just filled it in with a bunch of leftover stuff that I had. A celery, a chamomile, a basil plant, some random candy and Cabernet onions, another chamomile, and another celery plant. So this bed is ready to go too. So happy to have these projects done. I feel like I was late to the game getting my tomatoes and peppers in the ground, but they're in the ground, they're ready to go, and I couldn't be happier. Again, a couple more projects checked off our checklist. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions or any comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.